Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company. Welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. I've got Antonio with us, folks, our boatless angler, and every so often I have the privilege of bringing to you a new product. Today is such a day. So I'm going to show you the brand new Peeper Frog, folks, right there. It's brand new. I'm going to get it wet for the very first time. It's a top water lure, and what I like about it, some of the features, of course, internal rattles, beautiful finish to it, nice natural look to it. The hook is located right at the head. You know, that's one of our themes for great hook sets. Also, if you notice, it's got a very sleek design. There's no protruding parts, no legs, nothing like that. Makes it very easy for the fish to hit the lure and to set the hook. The other thing I really like, when it sits in the water, it peeps its head down just a bit like that, making for a beautiful target. Let's see if I can drop it in here. Oh, and by the way, I also love the belly. A nice creamy white belly. That's beautiful. And big eyes. That's the other feature I like. Really big eyes. So if I drop it down, I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, but his head is just peeping down just a bit. So the back end is pointing up and the head is just pointing down. Okay, so first cast with the brand new lure, which, by the way, folks, it's a ½ ounce in weight, as you can tell. You can cast it a country mile. And this particular lure has been developed and designed by Thundermist Lure Company, by our very own Claudio, who actually carved it out by hand, painted it by hand, and here we have the replica. Now we're into production. So here's the lure. I'm going to fish it top water, just slowly, kind of just working it back. And the other thing I like to do when I'm working topwater lures, in freshwater especially, when I cast it out for the first time, I like to just pause for a second, because sometimes the fish will hear it and they'll look, pause for a second, then you start moving, and that's when your trigger hits. So I'm just gonna slowly work it and see if we can get into some bass. Now, in this particular area, there aren't any largemouth. I shouldn't say there aren't any. There are very few largemouth. So we're going to be targeting smallmouth bass today. So brand new lure, first time getting it wet. That's my first cast. Get it back to the boat and get it back out there for another cast and see if we can get into some fish. Stay tuned, folks. So glad you can join me. Okay, we should have kept the camera running, because second cast in and we got a jumper. Whoa. We got an acrobatic. Antonio, you got our first hookup right here. Oh, and it's a beautiful smallmouth bass, folks, right there. Just a dandy. Okay, and it looks like he's hooked decent right in the mouth there. I could use the net, Antonio, if you don't mind. Looks like a nice, he's really dark too. He must have come out of these rocks. There's a lot of rocks down here. We're fishing at about 5 to 8 feet of water. It's relatively shallow. Oh, that's a nice bass. Antonio, first fish, first topwater fish.
It's a good one too. Right in the net.
Right in the net.
Nice.
And it came to me. The very first. I'm so glad, folks, we got this on camera. This is my very first bass with our brand new lure, and we got it on camera. I love it. Let's take a look at this fish. Yes, and folks, for this day, I brought out my original little bass net that everybody absolutely loves. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful bass? Really nice fish. And you know what we need, folks? We need a photo for Instagram and Facebook. First fish with the new lure. Definitely got to grab a photo. Antonio, if you don't mind, a quick photo, and we're going to get this guy right back in the water again. Absolutely gorgeous fish, folks. Look how dark that color is. Just a really dark fish right there. Nice dark smallmouth. Beautiful bass. Okay, let's get him back in the water again. And see you later, Mr. Smalley. Okay. Well, that's super exciting, folks. For the second cast in, you gotta love that. I absolutely love it. Well, we're certainly off to a great start with these lures. Cast, pause, and then start to bring it in. Oh, adjust the drag. All right, so we're gonna see if we can get into another fish or two, because our day is just starting. But you know what, folks? Top water fishing. Watch your lure, bring it back slowly, and when you see the hit, just hesitate a second and set the hook. It's a riot. If you get an opportunity, give top water fishing a try. It's a lot of fun. We're going to have ourselves a good day out here today. I know we're just starting out, but wherever you're tuning in from today, I want to thank you ever so much for joining us on today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And as always, folks, until next time, Antonio's on. Good luck and good fishing. There you go, Antonio. You're going to join me with the top water bite.
First one.
Okay, we'll keep the camera running for you. My turn to come with the net.
Oh, it's a
Small one.
swing it in kind of fish. Oh, wow.
So that's so this is nice now, Antonio. We have on camera my first Peeper Frog fish and your first Peeper Frog fish.
He crushed it.
He did, eh?
Did he ever? I need pliers. He's got lockjaw.
We got the pliers right here.
He really crushed it. Yeah, grab the pliers. And it's a smaller fish.
Well, what I'm going to say, these Peeper Frogs, Antonio, are what I'm going to call bite size. They're absolutely perfect for all sizes of bass, whether they're largemouth or smallmouth.
1 pounder.
Hey, little guy.
Yeah, it's a nice fish.
He gave you a good bite,
He crushed it.
and he gave you a good fight right during my extra. Okay, like I said, folks, we're going to have ourselves a great day out here. We're just beginning. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, good luck and good fishing.